Hey y'all, I'm gonna sound a little half dead here because I'm a bit sore from work, just around my neck, and also I just took, I barely slept, working all night, writing on a personal project on film. But anyways, I want to talk about just really close, disagreeing with a really close friend on like just a touchy subject. I'm not gonna get into it, but just we're gonna call him Chuck. But Chuck, it's nothing fucking radical. All right, it is not nothing over the top. All right, this is nothing like no sinister ass takes. He's like rocking on default. All right, he's just normal ass dude, just a slightly, I would say, a little different perspective that I feel like strongly about. That's just giving me a little friction, but I'm gonna go over it with them, tell them how I feel. But it's also just learning experience that I want to be open with because I think with the way how media conditions us, we really jolt the gun when somebody disagrees with us. People straight up just cut off friends over like I would say just like conservative to what was it? Yeah, conservative liberal values, and they're just media really fucking pushes that conditioning on take that shit very seriously, and I do think you should take what's current events seriously. That one dude said interfere with politics or politics will interfere with your life. I completely agree with because we see it unfold many times in history. If things are, unchecked, then, people are gonna get away with sinister shit. And so, we should say something or make awareness of it. Excuse me. But I do think it is important to, educate. I think we should make it mandatory to add Plato's Republic to a high school freshman year. Like, fucking I mean, they don't do history freshman year. I think they do sophomore year. But really make that shit important because, everyone should read that shit. And I think if everyone was educated on that book, I think the government would be way better. Because that is, ideally the default, good, uncorrupted government. Even though the topic is about disagreeing with something important, I'm not going to talk about what what was even the topic, alright? And don't even make a judgment or an assumption or any bullshit like that, alright? Don't assume what my stance is, don't assume what his stance is. It is just like this guy is like close. Like, I've known this dude for like almost a decade. I consider him like family to me. He's a very close person to me. It's just very, I think for me too, because I'm more, I would say, sensitive, way more fucking sensitive. I'm a very sensitive person when it comes to whatever we're more so passionate and sensitive. Oh, more so when I really like strongly believe in what I believe in. I'm not even, again, like, I wouldn't even say I'm in the political spectrum. I'm not in any of that. I don't really choose that because it's more a division than it is anything to a team to be reunited. Because I don't think off track. Disagreeing with your friend, do not cut off anybody just for something really small that's causing like friction. If it's like bothering you like me, really just digest it too. And also it could be just the volume is probably just increased because of just personal things going on with their own lives. He might not fully have that perspective, and I might not fully have my perspective because we're both going through like a personal thing, digesting really I would say potent issue, very personal potent issue that we're both going through digesting. We're fine. However, I think that also has to play the role in the friction I feel. Also, my bad for being lame and just filtering the fuck out of like a lot of like what I want to talk about. But it's like I really want to talk about it, be open with it, but also very private with it. So it's a weird balance of in between. Another thing too is just I think people could learn. Obviously, I think you should do. I think the only time that's appropriate to cut off a friend if it's way more personal. If it literally just affects you or someone you know, I think that's completely appropriate. However, just having a different take, and he's not rocking anything like fucking radical. But it is something that I feel strongly about disagreeing, and it's giving me friction about. All right, again, like Chuck is not, do not assume where our stances are. All right, at all. All right, not the point. The point is I'm trying to make is just you could, you should not be in a friend group of clones. Okay. If you're in a circle jerk or like bukkake of like yourself, and yourself, it's a weird, gross bliss of ignorance, I would say, and does not open you up to being uncomfortable and being dealt with the reality of not every motherfucker is gonna think the same as you. Perfectly fine if it's not anything demonic. Alright, or atrocious. I mean, that sounds very subjective, right? But I mean, like, objectively, if this motherfucker's eating babies, put him down, alright? All I'm saying. Chuck ain't no baby eater, alright? Nor he a voter, okay? Alright, again, this is more so just to be open with just, like, learn to disagree, It's big difference between liberal, conservative, and then like socialism, and then like being a fucking sex menace. Okay, big difference. Other than that, love the guy. Spread as much love and compassion as you can. Moral of the story is it is not Jedi or Sith shit. It is sometimes not that deep. Sometimes it's okay to be open if something's bothering you. Alright. And it's also okay if nobody's an exact clone of you. And you should get out of any bukkake of clones of you, like, as soon as you can. And talk to somebody that you have, like, obviously don't talk to them with the extreme fucking opposite of you, where it's in a problematic way. But, talk to somebody that gives you friction, that just really challenges your views, Someone to challenge you is what, get in a friend group that challenges you, alright? A good friend is going to tell you to put the cup down when you need to put the cup down the most, okay? When you're, like, years ahead of drinking, alright? It's hella uncomfortable, but does that mean it's bad? No, they're just being a good fucking friend, alright? Sometimes, like, friction in a friendship is good, That's about it. Have a good night, y'all.